field in control of Kyle Kirkwood. They are very much strung out. Malukas will now get around the outside. They'll start on this short pit road stretch. We are green. Sowery back there in the green and white car pops out looking to the inside. Kirkwood is going to get the jump, getting by and staying in front of Malukas safely through turn 1. A little further back, McGinnis dropping tires. He's in the dirt. All good, though, heading down to the keyhole. Side by side for the lead up front. Trying to go the long way around the outside. Malukas can't get that done. Kirkwood has survived the first attack.
Let's see if David Malukas can use that outside momentum to set up for the best overtaking opportunity here at Mid-Ohio, the heavy braking into turn 4.
So this is different than IndyCar. IndyCar starts right here, and they go down to this passing zone. Look at that, side by side, back in the pack. Peroni, McGinnis. McGinnis will prevail on that fight.
That is such a hard corner to go side by side in because the camber of the track falls away at the exit and wants to spit you into the grass, and then the next corner comes up so quickly.
Now single file, Daniel Frost in that red and white car maintains that third position. We established the two up front are still Kirkwood and Malukas. Lundqvist running in fourth right now. DeFrancesco in fifth. Peterson back there in sixth. So no change up front, but it was still a pretty eventful first lap with a lot of battles.
And there aren't the same length of straights here at Mid-Ohio like we had last weekend at Road America, so I know these young drivers were thinking about how they could take advantage of the start, how they could try and make positions early in the race, because once it settles in, it gets harder to pass. The draft isn't quite as big as you see it somewhere like Road America.
Toby Sowery picked up 3 positions on that first lap. We saw him ducking to the inside. He's back there in that green and white car for Juncos Racing, chasing Benjamin Peterson. We saw Robert McGinnis going in the dirt. This is the start of the race through turn 1.
Sowery didn't give him quite as much room as I think Robert McGinnis would have liked there. And just once you get up on that curb, it pulls you off. Look how busy his hands, and whoo, that was a big catch.
Side by side a little further back, Stingray Robb and Nikita Lostishkin. Lostishkin is trying to make a couple of moves here.
I think Nikita Lostishkin misjudged that, got a little contact his front wing to Stingray Robb's. You see some damage on that front wing of Nikita's car.
Side by side through 4 right here. Stingray Robb has the preferred line, a little lockup for Lostishkin. Antonio Cervalli is right there behind him trying to pounce. So advantage here, Christian Bogle gets through that pack, and Stingray Robb unfortunately is dropped from a starting position of 7th to back to 11th. Now David Malukas, who is slow, one of the championship contenders, has dropped out a second. Daniel Frost has gotten him. Linus Lundqvist about to get him as well. As Malukas picked the pace back up. What happened?
I'm not sure what happened there, if he went off or had a small mechanical issue, maybe missed a couple of shifts. Maybe sometimes the electronics, the gearbox just doesn't quite line up, so we'll see if he can, hopefully that gremlin's gone, and he can settle down and see if he can close back up to Daniel Frost. He was running consistently within push-to-pass zone of Kyle Kirkwood. That's that's a big off. He's lucky to not hit the wall there.
And to only lose 1 position, and keep in mind, this is the championship leader coming into play today.
We'll see as they come around to the keyhole again, this turn 2 complex, if Toby Sowery gets the momentum to be able to get a good runoff and get further alongside.
Sowery didn't lose a whole lot of ground. He's not going to be close enough, I don't think, this time. Maybe he will, though. He's got another run. He is a little closer this time. This time he's almost all the way side by side, trying to go the long way around the outside. Toby Sowery gets it done.
That's a great move for Toby Sowery. Got a good run, used the push to pass, got next to him, and then was late enough on the brakes on the preferred racing line to be able to hold Benjamin Peterson tight to the apex, use that grip, not slide. We see him still sliding. Those rear tires, those Cooper tires are getting a bit of a beating from Toby Sowery these last couple of laps, but he's got clear track now. We'll see if he can gain some ground and get some breathing room.
The lead is up to almost 8 seconds. So this is going to qualify as a beatdown.
Well, he absorbed the pressure so well from David Malukas those first couple of laps, held on to the lead, thought about managing that gap. David Malukas had that off in turn 9, and Kyle Kirkwood just had to keep it clean, and he's still running very, very fast laps.
And if not for the mechanical issues at Road America, this might be a streak like he was on in USF 2000. He swept Detroit, won round 1 at Road America, seemed like he might be poised in round number 2. Instead, he finished 12th, which helped keep the championship tight. He came in 8 points back, won a point for pole as well. And so far, the weekend has the opportunity for maximum points. Kyle Kirkwood, final couple of corners here at Mid-Ohio. Fended off a challenge at the beginning. Pole to checkered flag. Kyle Kirkwood has now won 4 of the last 5. He's won 5 on the season and is the new championship leader in Indy Lights. Kyle Kirkwood has reached victory lane. Climbing out of the race car before he even bothers to take the helmet off, will launch off the car and get ready to celebrate at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Katie Kyle is down there. We'll wait for a moment and let him get his helmet off and find out how Kyle Kirkwood dominated the day, Katie.
And he was so excited to celebrate taking over the points lead here in the Indy Lights series after winning 4 of the last 5 races. Kyle, coming into today's race, you told me your main goal this weekend was to do exactly that, take over the points lead.
Yeah, I mean, we had that not so terrific race at Road America. It was our last race, and it's really nice to get this win right here. Mid-Ohio is one of my favorite places. We knew we were going to be really strong here. We came here and did 2 test days between 2 days ago and another test about a month ago, and we felt really good. That was a perfect race. David definitely kept me on my toes there for the first about 10 laps. The track was so loose, and as the track started getting some grip, we started to get some pace, and I just felt confident. I saw David made a small mistake there in turn 9. But no, it worked out perfectly. Andretti's cars have just been absolutely on rails for the past 3 weekends, and we're going to try and keep it that way.
Here we go from Mid-Ohio, racing into turn 1. Great start for Daniel Frost. Lundqvist lunging to the inside, side by side with Kirkwood on the right. Kirkwood gets that spot. Lundqvist in the 3rd. Malukas is right behind him. DeFrancesco in the bright yellow car further back. No change up top through the keyhole. Side by side. Malukas might lose a position. DeFrancesco trying to go around the outside at the exit 2.
Everyone side by side. Devlin DeFrancesco late on the brakes. David Malukas was held up a little bit by his teammate Linus Lundqvist. We'll see how it settles out into turn 4.
Still side by side back there. Now DeFrancesco pops from the outside to the inside. Can't get Malukas, so David Malukas maintains that position. That's where he started in 4th.
Side by side over that crest in 5, down into 6. That's a late move. He gets real narrow real quick through there.
Good battles in the opening lap, and the start of this race is critical. Frankly, it is difficult to pass when there are not pit stops, so your best opportunity is right at the start of the race, and then later on when the Cooper tires start to wear down a bit.
And we saw, while Kyle Kirkwood won by nearly 7 seconds yesterday, his lead was up to 10 seconds at some points during the race. So it's interesting to see if he'll be able to keep the pressure on Daniel Frost and take care of those Cooper tires in the dirty air behind his teammate.
1 lap down, no change up front. Daniel Frost, job done to start. He's got about a 2-car length gap, now down to 1 on Kyle Kirkwood. Lundqvist in 3rd, Malukas, DeFrancesco, Peterson back there in 6th position right now. Then McGinnis, Sowery, Peroni, Robb, Loshtiskin, Saravalli, and Bogle, your top 13. Kirkwood's got to run. Heading down to 4, is going to pop to the outside. That's through the kink in turn 3. He's got a little bit of an advantage. Kirkwood gets it done around the outside. Championship leader Kyle Kirkwood looking to sweep the weekend is back in front. Again, as we see Kirkwood up front by a little more than a 1.5 seconds. And then there's a gap back to that red and white Andretti car. And now we go dirt tracking with one of the Carlin cars, and that's Christian Bogle, the number 7 car, who'd been battling in the back with Loshtiskin. And unfortunately, he's off, and he might be in a position where there's not a lot he can do. Let's see what happened.
Oh, that's into the fast turn 1. Just gets in a little bit late. Maybe gets up on the curb at the apex. Oh, the back of the car steps out. He catches it. gets through the gravel trap, gets all the way through and maybe gets clear, but we've had a lot of rain before we got here this weekend, and that grass is plenty slippery as we go full course yellow.
Not even to the midway point yet. Kyle Kirkwood started second, took the lead on his teammate Daniel Frost. Frost gets another chance, so does Lundqvist and Malukas. Green again at Mid-Ohio. Kirkwood with a good restart. Frost cleanly through 2. Lundqvist, best battle, might be back there for 4. DeFrancesco got a nice start. He might have a chance to pop on Malukas at some point. Down to the keyhole they go. Peterson is going to look inside on DeFrancesco. Not close enough.
Remember the first start, DeFrancesco and Malukas went side by side for a bunch of corners. Benjamin Peterson's going to have to defend from Toby Sowery because of the move he tried to make on DeFrancesco.
4-6, Sowery in that green car had a bit of a run. Peterson will defend. Sowery will try to go around the outside, not all the way up there. This is going to be difficult. They both hang on.
Toby Sowery, discretion, the better part of valor, tucks back in on board with Robert McGinnis, and Sowery has to defend because of that momentum shift.
Now while Katie was chatting, look at Toby Sowery. He's been working on him for a while. He gets Benjamin Peterson.
I think that was about the exit out of turn 2. Had a good exit, used the push to pass. Benjamin Peterson wasn't necessarily close enough to Devlin DeFrancesco to be able to defend using push to pass, so Toby Sowery took advantage of the extra 50 horsepower of the draft, stayed on the preferred line, got clear, took the position into turn 4, and now has clear track to try and catch Devlin DeFrancesco. As you see, I think Toby Sowery's got a run here. We'll see if he can get it done. DeFrancesco defends, makes him go the long way around. He's not quite, oh, he's gonna hold on. Look at that, they touch. And he goes off. Is he gonna come back? Tries the over-under. I think Sowery's got the pace.
DeFrancesco's not going to give it up. Still side by side. You can't do that here.
That through there.
And they are, and DeFrancesco hangs on to the position. Here's Kyle Kirkwood on the main straightaway into 1. White flag, trying to finish off another brilliant weekend. He might be a mechanical away from sweeping 3 straight weekends. Katie mentioned 7 straight here in the road to Indy. TSO ladder came back and found the stats. This would be his 11th consecutive open wheel win at this racetrack as we take a look at McGinnis ultimately going in the grass a little bit and making contact with Peterson. So they came together as well. McGinnis does get the position done. Kirkwood will have won and swept USF 2000, Indy Pro 2000, Indy Lights, also 3 F3 wins and 1 F4 win. When I asked him a couple of days ago to count the wins here, he said, I'm not sure. I've won a lot here, but I haven't won them all. But he is rolling here again today.
What an impressive weekend from Kyle Kirkwood. 1 pole, looking like 2 race wins, both in fairly dominant fashion. David Malukas able to catch but not pass Daniel Frost for second. Still points mitigation for the championship for the 79 and David Malukas.
Kyle Kirkwood has won 5 of 6. Number 6 on the season, extends the championship lead. It's another sweep. Mid-Ohio belongs to Kyle Kirkwood again. Congratulations again to Kyle Kirkwood, a winner again, number 6 in 2021 in Indy Lights presented by Cooper Tires. Kyle Kirkwood trying to win his 3rd straight Road to Indy championship and scholarship.
And maybe he's a little more tired than yesterday. Yesterday it seemed like he jumped from Cleveland to Columbus off the front of that car, and today just stepping down, maybe a little more consistent.
Maybe more like a step to Mansfield today. Kyle Kirkwood is with Katie outside Victory Lane.
And Kevin, for the 3rd time in his career, he sweeps the weekend here at Mid-Ohio. Kyle, I can already see the smile on your face as you extend that championship lead. But now we've got a pretty big break until St. Louis. How do you come back just as strong?
It was a fantastic weekend. Mid-Ohio, like I said yesterday, is one of my favorite places. That was just awesome. Me and Daniel won both races. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. We were able to fend off the HMD cars there at the end. Even after the restart, we just felt super strong. Like always, hats off to Andretti. I don't know what to say. The cars are just unreal here, and that just proves with the pace with all of our drivers. So super happy to get these 2 wins. I think in the past 6 races we've gotten 5 wins, so hopefully this trend continues.
Congratulations, Kyle.
Watch the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix Sunday, August 8th at 5:30 p.m. on NBCSN.